This podcast is sponsored by Jobs and Pods, the audio job board. Visit jobsandpods.com to listen to job openings from top employers across the U.S. Log on, listen, and apply at jobsandpods.com. Welcome to Secrets of the Job Hunt, everyone. This is the podcast edition. I am your host, Chris Russell. Got a really cool guest for you today. I've come to know him from his blog for the past year, where he writes about what's happening in human resources and the job market. He's known only as your HR guy, and he joins me today from somewhere on the West Coast. How you doing, HR guy?
Great. How are you, Chris?
All right. Great to have you. I'm a big fan of the blog. So how long has HR guy worked in HR? That's my first question.
I've been in HR for about 5 years now. I've been working at it. I worked during college and kind of moved up the ranks from there. So that's kind of how I got started. I've been in this current position for about 2 years.
Okay. Are you a 20-something?
I am, yes.
All right. Very good. Okay. Now, what prompted you to start blogging? I'm curious about that.
Probably I deal with interesting situations, at least interesting to me, situations every day, and some people are just, they lack self-awareness. That's kind of probably more me than it needs to be.
Right.
But, just kind of educating people on what we're doing, what we're thinking. HR has a lot of myths and truisms around there, and I'd like to answer them in the most honest, straightforward way. Hence the anonymity and hence the pseudonym and all that.
All right, cool. So let's talk about job seekers for a minute. What do you wish job seekers knew about the job search process that they currently don't? You got any advice for them?
Probably the biggest thing for job seekers in particular is that a lot of job seekers are assuming we're talking to that I'm hiring for this one position, and this one position is the only one I'm looking at. If you're talking to a corporate recruiter, they mostly have anywhere between 10 and 20 job openings on their plate at any one time.
Right.
When I get a call from a job seeker checking up on it, being clear about what position they were talking to, who they were talking to, anything along those lines, people just assume that I've got this amazing mind or this amazing memory that I can keep track of, 10, 20 job openings, and you're talking for each one of those, between 20 to 40 candidates each. So
basically, you're busy.
There's a lot there. Just being aware of that, cognizant of that sort of thing.
Right. Okay. Cool. Now, if I was being interviewed by you for a job at your firm, what would it take to impress you and get the job?
The biggest thing for at least our current firm is that a very entrepreneurial spirit. We're a small startup company.
Okay.
And so, one of the things we love to see are people that come in here energized, that have a business mentality of, I'm going to treat this job like I was the owner. I think that works for a lot of different things, but obviously that's something that we're very concerned about. Obviously we want people that can grow to move into new positions within our company as we grow. And so we're really looking for somebody who has that entrepreneurial spirit, that kind of zest that a business owner would have for their own business when they're looking at this specific position that we're hiring for.
Okay. Do you have any embarrassing interview stories to tell us?
One of them I always talk about that's really funny is, we get from time to time really interesting people come in here, but not in the good way. We're talking to people about, for example, a person that comes in with alcohol on their breath. And, we had one of those, a while ago where very strong. It's strong enough to identify what type of alcohol they were drinking.
Really?
And
what was it?
And it was vodka. It was a morning interview too, and so that's kind of frightening.
Yes.
Just a little bit. You have to try to duck out of that interview as soon as you realize what's going on.
Definitely. Okay. All right, I got a tough question for you here. Where exactly is the resume black hole, and have you seen my resume from 1998?
The black hole?
Yes. Have you been there?
I've been there. I've also been privileged to see our black hole as well. The toughest thing about it, obviously, is that 95% of employers out there, I mean, the bigger ones at least, are using applicant tracking systems that create those holes.
Right.
And so the big thing for us, the challenge for us, and obviously the challenge for job seekers, is finding ways to get through one of those systems, and obviously connecting with somebody at the human level is most important. That's why I push for networking and that sort of thing. That way, if your resume is getting put into a black hole, somebody's going to come try to find it rather than just letting it pass.
Right. Do you think there'll ever be a time when we don't have a resume black hole out there?
Do you think? I hope so. Personally, I mean, I hate the thought of thinking that we might be losing job candidates because of that technology gap. So obviously, I think they will fix that to a certain extent. So.
Right.
That's kind of what that's kind of the next big thing. If somebody comes up with something that doesn't allow that to happen, or allows that to happen so minimally that's not a concern, then I think that'd be a huge thing.
Okay, cool. Now, I was checking out your blog last night. I came across a post called "American Idol Style Interviewing," but instead of that, what I want to know is who did you vote for, Jordan or Blake?
Well, being as I'm from Washington, I definitely like Blake a lot.
Gotcha.
So he got my vote. I kind of like that.
All right. Now we know where your HR guy stands on American Idol. So, HR guy, I want to play a little word association with you. All right. I'll give you an HR-related word, and you say the first thing that pops into your mind. All right?
Okay.
All right. So, first one: video resume.
Awful.
Okay. Recruiting firms.
Necessary.
All right. Here's one: onboarding.
Painful.
Okay. Interviews.
Boring.
All right. Job description.
Boringer.
Job boards.
Poor candidates.
All right. Two more for you. MySpace.
Interesting opportunity. I guess that's 2 words.
All right. And last one. Generation Y.
Me.
Very good. Well, HR guy, we're out of time. But I know you have to get back to the HR department. By the way, they just called. There's a pile of resumes on your desk. So you better get back there.
Yes, definitely.
But I want to thank you for joining me today. And to learn more about your HR guy, go read his blog at yourhrguy.com, right?
Thank you, Chris.
All right, so stay tuned to secretsofthejobhunt.com for more interesting career advice. My blog has over 600 pages filled with tips, tools, and tactics for job hunting success, so be sure to give it a read. And to contact me with any comments or questions, send an email to info, that's INFO, at secretsofthejobhunt.com. Thanks for listening, everyone. Have a great weekend.